Welcome back to Falcon Blues TV. It's your boy Sachin here, back with Pete from Away Days Brewing here in Portland. First match day of the season, instant match reaction. Everton 0, Brighton 3. But before we get into it, let's talk about the summer. Exciting summer. A couple new signings. What do you make of the summer, Pete?
Well, we're obviously missing a few players, aren't we? Well, I think let's start with the positives. I think there's only one positive to take out of this game, and that's Iraboomin. He obviously looks like a class player. Like really comfortable on the ball, calm, vision, strength, composure. He's got a few tricks up his sleeve as well. I think he looks like the real deal. So a massive improvement on Onana. I think we did good business there. But yeah, I would have really liked to have seen a few of the other signings play today. Specifically, Jake O'Brien. I think that was a mistake not playing him.
Big mistake, I think. I mean, we all know Keno, but Dyche is Dyche. Lindstrom too should have gotten a run out.
Yeah, I think it's clearly obvious that like Everton don't have, like, you compare those two teams, right? Brighton, they're bringing on Billy Gilmore, like with 30 minutes to go. Like, who are we bringing on? Like, we don't
Bring
have
on Mason fucking Holgate.
I think like we didn't go out and get a right back. We bought maybe a Lindstrom looks like a great player, but you're gonna buy him and then not gonna play him. And then you're just gonna keep playing McNeil and Jack Harrison. I thought he started well, but it's just rather than we should have just bought a right back. It's like if you're not gonna play those guys that don't understand what you're trying to do there. I think also first game of the season, getting the crowd on side. Last season at Goodison, and you're starting with Keane and Ashley Young, which we can talk about in a bit, in the team. Let's not do yourselves any favours.
I completely agree. And I think Thelwell finally had time with Moshiri not meddling in the affairs with Akia. How do you pronounce that super agent's last name? He brought in good players, but Dyche won't play them. He sticks to his own, what he knows. Yeah. And now here we are, same old. We start positive, concede.
Yeah, well, I think it's hard to bed in you. I mean, he's obviously wants to bed in new players in the last, give him 30, 20 minutes at the end. And that's you can do that if you're winning, or
you're
drawing and you're more in control of the game. Everton's issue seems to be the same issue that we had last season, where it's like first 20 minutes applying loads of pressure, got a crowd on behind you, and if we don't score in that first 15 to 20 minutes, the opposition will kind of get their foot in the game. They're calm in possession. They've managed to reset, and and Everton they've knackered themselves out trying to press, and then from there on it's like Brighton were just in control the whole game. They just picked us apart.
That's exactly right. We don't take our chances. Mm-hmm. They get a half chance, score, and then we crumble.
Yeah.
Same old.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it's going to be. I think it would be interesting to see. I think there's a lot of pressure this season with it being the last season of Goodison. I think playing away is going to suit Everton better. So I think they've just got to figure out what they're trying to do when they're playing at home. Because again, like we talked about last season, it's just too easy to play against. It's like you can't rely on just long diagonal balls to Harrison.
Which Keno did kind of well today, I will say. I don't give him credit, but he was pretty good with the passing.
But then it's like, you ping those balls over, and then they figure it out. They figure it out after, and then they make some adjustments at half time, and it's just too obvious.
It is no plan B with Everton, and we're predictable. We concede, and we definitely don't have any other tricks up our sleeves. So,
yeah, I think it's just the drop. That if you could put most people could probably put their first 11 on paper for Everton down, and then I think beyond that, it's the drop off in quality is so high, and even the starters on like Calvert-Lewin. It's like, you know, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they sell him on the last day. I don't know who's going to come in for him, because he's just.
We were linked with Eddie and Kedia. Did you see that this morning? I saw before I came. I was eating breakfast.
Oh, really?
We put in a loan bid for him
because I think he's never been a natural goal scorer. I just don't think that's his game. And so what's he? So if he's going to play and he's your main guy, you got to build your team around.
You need a Richarlison, someone else to run off, and Doucouré's not the guy.
No, I think Doucouré served his purpose well, like in the last few years as we were scrapping to survive. But I think the time has come now where we need a little bit more guile in that number 10 position. It's like he can't. The quality's not good. He's not getting enough balls fed into Calvert-Lewin. It's hard work.
But you make a good point though about the starting 11. Is that what he put out there today was not my starting 11. It's not Keno and it's not Doucouré. It's Ndai and it's Jake O'Brien.
Yeah,
that's who I'd put out before those two idiots.
Yeah, but I mean, I felt for Ndai because he came on with like what 20, 30 minutes, with like 10 minutes.
But the game was gone at that point. Down a man.
Yeah, so you know that was a kind of hard introduction, but you know whether he should be playing on the right or Harrison in the middle, I just think we need to come up with other ways in which we're going to score goals other than like pinging in crosses, and we didn't cross very well.
Crosses,
to Calvert-Lewin, and you know, and you're playing against Dunk. It's just like too easy for
Dunk
him.
and that Dutch dude who's a twat. I commented that. That was a tantrum, but I do see a little bit of a blueprint, because the first 20-30 minutes before we conceded, Eric Boodum had a chance on their giveaway, wide. Jack had a good shot saved.
Yeah.
There were some positives. It's just we concede and then we crumble.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I think I'd also like to see it like in change of formation a little bit as well, like especially with the problem around right back. Like if you're gonna play Ashley Young, then why didn't you just do a 5-3-2 and have wing backs, and then and you've got O'Brien there. You know, you can play in it. You can play three centre backs, wing backs, get arm on, compact the middle.
I think he's just too stubborn. He's too stubborn.
Yeah, I'm really worried about how we're going to score goals, and even Booming at the end, you could see. I mean, he was knackered because the second half he was just chasing shadows the whole game. But it's going to be, even he was getting frustrated at the end. See that?
And I don't blame him. He was my man of the match. He won like 4 tackles in the first 30 minutes. Had a couple good passes. Had the chance. I don't blame him. Welcome to Everton, Tim. You watch this. Fucking get out in the winter. I don't blame him though. And then, Ghana gives the ball away for the second goal. First goal, Miko doesn't stab.
Yeah.
Third goal, I don't know what happened. I zoned that out. It's just.
I think that's. Yeah, well, I mean, it'd be great to get James Garner back.
Mm-hmm.
I think
it'll be positive.
Tristan Gay, he just has that in him. Doesn't he? That odd mistake. But the difference is like Brighton are bringing on Billy Gilmore in the last 20 minutes. It's like, and also like just the mismatch from the start. Mitoma versus Ashley Young. Oh my god! I mean, it was like you could just see it coming from a mile off.
You really could. What do you make of the penalty that was overturned? Which, as you guys know, and I showed Pete, Simon Hooper, ball twat, didn't even fucking watch the incident. Darren England told him it wasn't a penalty, so he said, okay, it's not a penalty. What do you make of that?
Well, at first, when we saw it, when we were first watching it, it looked like a penalty, and then when you saw the replay, it probably wasn't. But
to play devil's advocate, I say, will Man City get that penalty? Yes. So then it's a penalty, in my opinion. That's how I do it. Not if Everton, but if Man City gets the penalty. So.
Yeah,
I think they get the penalty 10 out of 10 times.
I think we're clutching at straws. I
think we are. But Pete's open next week for Spurs. I unfortunately have to go fishing. Do you think we get anything out of it?
Are we away or home?
We're away, maybe.
We're away. I think we've got a better chance away.
I do think our away form is pretty good.
Yeah, I'm just really worried about home and the pressure and like our style of play. Like we need to start figuring out how to control the game. And I just don't think we've got enough good ball players. I don't think we've had that for enough. Like you can just see Brighton are just everyone's comfortable on the ball, pinging it around. They just soak up the pressure, and then they were just in complete control. Where Everton, it's frantic, and I think the crowd gets on top. It's either high energy and like positive energy at the beginning, or it's just like frustration, and then like that just like unnerves players. And I think I don't know how we're gonna get out of that situation.
I will
unless
say,
we change up the formation in some of the players.
I think Branthwaite and Garner and Firkino and Ghana will be a big change, but it's still Everton.
Yeah. What position do you play right away?
Center back.
You don't play right back, do you?
I mean, I can, but I don't like going forward.
Maybe I'll send him a text and see if you could get on there. It's like we're desperate for a right back.
I'm not good on the ball, but I love winning tackles. On that note, up the fucking toffees, Colin Chong.